Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sebastian Ryder, and you tapped into a very special episode of Cut Different TV. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this man been all over Westchester. He been to London. He been on tour. He been vibing out. He been doing his thing. He got a project on the way. And we got my brother Niko Brim in the building. What's happening?
Yo, what's going on, my boy? How you doing?
Man, we blessed and grateful, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad we was able to make it happen, man.
Yeah, bro. We had to figure out the date that works, but it all happens the way it's supposed to.
Absolutely. And you got some beautiful shit on the way. We're going to get into, your entrepreneurial spirit as an artist. We're going to get into your journey. But shit, man, I mean, let's start. Where do you want to begin? I think we go back to the early influences, being influenced by people like Nas, being influenced by artists that really prioritize lyricism over, just what's popping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could hear it in your flow. You can hear it in your cadence. You can hear that influence. So I want to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember growing up, so, like, my mom's was, like, heavy into Wu-Tang, all like, the gangster shit, all the underground hip-hop. My mom was, like, huge fan. I used to listen to that all the time. My father was, he was always into, like, R&B, neo-soul, and all that stuff. But my uncle was into, like, lyricism. Like, he was into all of the rappers that can rap their fucking ass off. And I remember, like, being young and my uncle would, like, we would just post up and he would just play me all music. He would play me Little Brother, you know what I'm saying? He would play me Illmatic, you know what I'm saying? He would play, Tribe Called Quest, you know what I'm saying? AZ, like, he would just put me on to all these different, of Slum Village, So I feel that it all started like there, like me and my uncle just going back and forth, just with this like love of hip hop and like studying it. And I remember the first time I listened to Illmatic like as a body of work, because I'm born in '97, so like
Shout out 97, baby.
Yeah, shout out 97. You feel me? So I didn't grow up like when these records were being released. By the time I was alive, all this shit was out. So I grew up hearing "The World Is Yours." Yes, I heard "Represent," but I never took the time to like sit down with the music. And like, hearing Illmatic changed my life. Like, it changed my life, bro. I just remember being like 13, 12. And like, it's a feeling that like, it's very hard to describe, but it was just like such a polarizing moment. Like, I remember it, and from that moment, I feel like that's when I became a student. Like, I just became a student in hip hop. And, here I am.
Hell yeah. Here he is, everybody, on Cut Different TV. And so, early influence, you mentioned being 13, 12, kind of really sitting, becoming a student of the game, really studying these lyrics. And usually a lot of lyrical artists get their start, at the lunch table, battle rapping, coming up with bars, getting everybody to be like, ooh, and
I did that.
And you did that.
Yeah, for sure.
So going from that space of battling with your friends at the table and then coming up in New York where this is the Mecca, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you go from battle rapping at the lunch table with your friends to then dropping projects and really getting into that vibe?
On the real, I think it was like, my bros, like, my niggas really pushed for me to be in the studio, and I used to just rap so often all the time. Like, I remember we would be chilling, like, siphon or whatever we was doing. You could point things out in the room and I could just rap, and my boy, shout out Mikey, my boy Mikey, I remember he used to tell me back then, like, yo, you gotta like get in the booth, bro. You gotta get in the booth. And then I bought my equipment. I just brought all my equipment when I was in high school, and I just started pulling beats off YouTube, off SoundCloud. I started with a lot of Knife Wonder beats. You feel me? So
shout out Knife.
Yeah, man. Shout out Knife.
North Carolina in the building.
Yeah, a legend. And I would just, rip his beats off YouTube, and I would just start, recording myself. And then, like, it just continued to build. So, like, I never really had that story of going to the studio at first. I was very, like, it was just me. You know what I'm saying? I was recording myself. I was handling Logic, like, and I feel like that's really when I made the transition.
Mm-hmm. And then so transitioning into, the 1001 and the 1002.
Yeah.
For me, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
So for the title of those projects, I know we was talking off camera about some spiritual shit, really thinking and getting into real, like, that deep shit.
Yeah.
Is there a metaphor attached with that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, because they say like a picture is worth 1,000 words. You know what I'm saying? And like my life is worth 1,000 pictures. You know, so it was like trying to, in the best way, give you a glimpse of what it was like for me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like those were what those two projects exemplified, you know? So yeah, bro, it was completely intentional to have it that way. Even with having the red balloon, you know, like the red balloon symbolizing like growth, you know, consistent elevation, progress. You let a balloon go, only way it goes is up, you know? So yeah, there was a lot of messaging with that project, for sure.
That's beautiful. And then you keep going, you keep hustling, you keep working. And then he met Rhapsody.
Yeah.
So talk to me about that. Talk to me about meeting that legend. Talk to me about getting a feature. And so walk us through the story of meeting her and how that all evolved.
All right, boom. So this is how I met Rhapsody. I was at the crib. She had a show in like Soho, LES area, you know. I take the train, I go down there, and when I go down, I meet Rap, you know, speak to her, everything like that.
How was that, bro?
So
was you fanning out or what?
You know, like I keep it pretty chill, but I have so much respect for Rap. You know what I'm saying? Just like what she means as a person and what she means as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like she's just one of those thorough people. And, you know, when I spoke to her, like immediately she made me feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? She made me feel seen. She made me feel respected. And anybody that knows Rhapsody knows that that's her energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm speaking to her, you know, and I just dropped that, yo, you know, I rap. She's like, oh, you rap? I'm like, yeah. She's like, so then spit something right now. So I was like, all right. Started rapping. Boom. She said, damn, and you this old? I had to be like, what, 20 maybe at that time? Like 20. And she was like, yo, you 20 years old rapping like that? Here, take my number down. And then I also got to meet Knife too, you know what I'm saying? And they both, you know, just stayed in touch with me. And then later on that year, I went out to Jamla. I was in Raleigh, you feel me? I was in North Carolina. And then they were working on a compilation album, you know, Jamla, Ninth Wonder presents Jamla as a Squad 2. And I remember being in the studio, and it was me, it was Rap, it was Swank, it was GQ, and it was my boy from Cooley High. And I remember Rap was like, yo, let's just do a cut, all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Like a posse cut.
Yeah, let's do a posse cut. So I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. Yo, Rap playing beats. I'm geeking at this point though. You feel me? I'm like, yo, nigga, I'm in the studio with Rap.
Does that affect like your writing ability? Because obviously you're a hell of a writer. Like, does that nervousness kind of like you shaking, you writing the verse?
You want to know, when I wrote that verse, I remember it being immediate. Like I knew exactly what I wanted to say. Like it was immediate. She played some beats. It was only like the second beat she played, and I was like, that's the beat. We played a couple more. Everyone was like, nah, yeah, let's go back to that beat. And then, you know, I was writing, and it was funny because it's like, you know, I don't know none of these niggas. It's all of us around each other for the first time, so I'm seeing everybody's process. Rap in the corner, rapping. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Swank is facing the wall with his head up, just putting his verse together in his head. This nigga don't even write. Everybody has their own process. And I remember Rap was like, yo, so what's up? What we doing? Who's ready to go? I was like, me. Nigga, I'm ready. So then I popped off the record, and then everybody went crazy. Like, yo, you killed it, this, that, and the third. And then from there, that's how me and Rap became homies.
That respect.
Yeah, like, and then from there, she's just been someone who's, you know, been in my corner, you know, in too many ways to count. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate to have somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's one of the GOATs, bro. She's really one of the greatest to ever do it, you know? And to have somebody like that champion you, you know, and work with you and you know, focus on your artist development is, that's a major blessing, bro. You know, but word, that's how I met Rap.
Yeah. And we got some shit. You got some shit on the way with her too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Word, yeah.
So we gonna we gonna get into that.
Yeah.
But so Before the Throne, right?
Yeah,
This is the project that, you know, I want to know what went into the title of that. I mean, some people might hear Before the Throne and think, okay, bet this is the project because he gonna take the throne. He gonna be king. So let me lay that foundation. But tell me about the process of creating that project, the features and how you selected the people that you were gonna have on that project with you.
Yo, so it's crazy because when I started working on Before the Throne, that was also when we was doing CYN Camp, and a lot of the music that we made for Before the Throne and the 1153 project with me and Kai, I cooked a lot of that music at the same time. So like Before the Throne dropped October 8th, 2021. I made all of those records for Before the Throne from April to like September. I just did them, and it was crazy because Damani was at CYN Camp. Nigga, Damani at CYN Camp, we're cutting records. And Damani, he mad chill, vibing. And he's like, yeah, come to the studio.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, after tomorrow I'm gonna hit you, we gonna link. I pull up to his studio, shout out him, shout out Sight, Cali, you know what I'm saying, Dre, his whole team over there, nothing but solid niggas, you feel me? I pull up on Damani, we cut the record. Me and Rhapsody on Bankrolls. I was on tour with Rap. I cut that record. And then Rap out of nowhere sends me a verse. Like I'm talking about way later. Nigga, like, just bless me. Like, yo, I don't know if you're doing something with this, but yo, here's a verse. Absolutely doing something with this Rhapsody verse. Shitting me? And then with Risk and Results, with Dame, I wrote that shit when I was in the Dominican Republic. Like, I'm saying all that to say that all of these records were made like in moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, these were real moments that inspired the music. You know what I'm saying? The music was inspired by my life and my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like Before the Throne was like a fitting title for that because it is, like claiming my stake. You know what I'm saying? And it's also a reminder to myself all the things that I went through. You know what I'm saying? To even feel that way. You know what I'm saying? To now know that I am crowned. So yeah, like that whole process was really collaborative. And shout out my brother V. Whenever I talk about Before the Throne, I bring up V, and V's part of CYN. You know what I'm saying? And he was like everything, bro. Like, that's my cousin. That's one of my best friends. Management, consultant, A&R, whatever you need. And, we really crafted that project. We were very intentional with it. You know what I'm saying? We spent a lot of time, figuring out how we wanted to present that to the world. And, that level of collaboration was different because Book 1 and Book 2 didn't have that. And I think that that's what kind of took Before the Throne to another level that I wasn't in before,
And speaking about CYN and speaking about building that, that's something that obviously you've had a huge hand in. I mean, that's your shit.
Yeah, for sure. So me and Kai co-founded CYN.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
And for artists that are out there and they're like, I'm a creative, the business shit. We've heard you on these interviews talking about entrepreneurial ventures and having that entrepreneurial spirit. But how important is that to you to have your own collective, being a part of that and having a close eye over the creative energy that's always around you?
I think, what I love about CYN is I think that everybody is they're individual first. So, it doesn't ever feel like a pressure on me to like oversee, more so just, I feel like I just owe it to my brothers to show up. You know what I'm saying? If I can show up, and if I can be real with them, you know what I'm saying? If they can be real with me, there's not nothing that we can't handle. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas, bro. 7 of us rapping, then however many not rapping. You know what I'm saying? So we deep. We like Wu-Tang in this bitch. And I feel like, for real, we like Wu-Tang, bro.
Right.
And, I think that for me, I think my biggest role is to, just, be there to support in any way I can. And I feel like everybody shows up that way. We all have a unique set of skills. We all have our own resources. And when we all speak to each other, it's like, yo, how can I pour into what's going on right now to take it to the next level? You feel me?
And there's a beauty in that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people coming up, a lot of artists too, it's like kind of like a crabs in a barrel mentality.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing that you have that collective around you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's like, with having that collective, there's a lot of conversations that have to be had, a lot of uncomfortable conversations, and I think that, when you building in the game, bro, like you can build with niggas you don't know, you can build with your brothers, and as long as your brothers are like-minded and you don't feel like they're necessarily holding you back, you want to build with those people you started with, you know what I'm saying? So Shout out CYN, because we them niggas.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so I want to kind of go back like 1-2 steps, because you mentioned something about how when you were recording the tracks for Before the Throne, each one was a moment.
Yeah.
Each one was a memory that you have that you're like, damn, this is the space that I was in when this track occurred.
Yeah.
And I feel like an issue that a lot of artists have is, as creatives in general, we're so forward thinking. Yeah. We're always in the future. We're always like, when's my next show? When's my next project? Yeah. How important is it for you to be present and be in the moment on this journey that you've been on? Yeah. And can you attribute times where maybe you lost sight of that and you had to lock in and be like, damn, like, hold on, let me get back to where I'm at?
Yeah, 100%. I think that in, not even just my journey as an artist, but like as a man, when you're able to be present, that's when you're able to hone in on what I feel like your purpose is. You know what I'm saying? Like in real time. Because when you are thinking about the future, you are trying to mold something that's not here in the present moment. When you're in the past, you're reliving something that's not here in the present moment. When you are just present for what you got going on, bro, you hear that shit that you need to hear. You know what I'm saying? To keep you focused, keep you on your path. Like I know with my music, like being present has been like the hardest obstacle at times, because just like you, I got a lot of ambition, but it's also been like the biggest blessing. Like even with the stuff we got going on for Hughes right now, on the way here, I was on the phone with my pops and he was just asking me how I'm feeling. We got so much going on. And I was like, yo, no, honestly, like I just feel like I'm in the eye of the storm. It's calm. I'm focused. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to react at the drop of a dime. I'm sharp. You know what I'm saying? I'm alert. And I feel that as much as you want to be forward thinking, some of that sharpness and that alertness, you're going to lose some of that, keeping your head somewhere else. So and I'm saying that from real experience. From book 2 to Before the Throne, I spent 3 years with no project, committed to what it should look like, as opposed to really being present for what it is.
Is that perfectionism?
Yeah, I think I was a perfectionist for a while. I don't consider myself a perfectionist anymore, and I feel like perfectionism is just like you try to hide insecurity through hard work. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, work hard, but you got to figure out how to be secure in what it is that you created. You get what I'm saying? And when you're trying to be perfect, you're not secure in what it is that you created. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn how to let go of that and just be cool with like, yo, this is what it is. And every time I've done that, the reception has just been, incredible. So I'm at a space now where I don't even trip off of that really. It's out for the world now. It's out of my hands. Once I go into the booth and we start pressing record, bro, that shit is for the world.
Yep. And they say like the perfectionism is like like an analogy and operates on a parallel universe with like shiny object syndrome.
And like, what is shiny object syndrome?
Shiny object syndrome is like, all right, I got the BMW, I got the Mercedes, but damn, I'm so busy worried about getting the Lamborghini that I can't sit and appreciate that I got the Mercedes. Yeah. And maybe I've been working 5-10 years to get the Benz, and then as soon as I hop in it, I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, bro, you want to know what's real shit? Like the way you think is how you experience your life. If you keep looking at your life as a glass half empty, shit gonna be half empty for real. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate the wins. You talking about the Beamer, niggas, we come from hopping trains, you know what I'm saying? Hopping cabs, to have that Beamer is a blessing. Don't lose sight of that. Having that team that you want is a blessing. Being able to go on tour is a blessing. Getting your videos out there is a blessing. Having people connect with your music. I don't care if it's 2 people, 3 people. Nigga, there was a time where we all used to just sit up and daydream about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I used to sit up and daydream about it. You got to count those wins. If we want to spend so much time focusing on the future, we don't count our wins. We highlight our losses. And we wonder why the energy is off. We wonder why we out of whack. You know what I'm saying? We're not even here acknowledging the blessing. You're not present. You got to see where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the younger me would be so happy to know that I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'll try to keep that shit in front of my mind.
Damn. So
we getting deep.
Nah, I love it. This is why we do. This is what we do on Cut Different TV, man. Yeah. This isn't regular.
It's different cloth for real. It's cloth talk.
And honestly, I gotta tell them, Niko, I gotta make sure that they go hit that red button, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe right now.
Yeah.
We've already talked about some fire shit, so go ahead and drop your comments, your favorite parts so far, and hit that like button and share with your friends.
You heard him.
The next step of the journey,
Yeah.
you go on tour with Corday.
Yeah.
Walk me through how that came about. Walk me through that process. And also, we're going to get into the moments that we were talking about off camera a little bit about how you've been spending all your birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't been at the crib. You've been doing something
crib.
crazy each time, and you want to keep that going. But tell me a little bit about that tour with Corday.
Yeah, so I want to start with the tour. I want to say shout out DeForest, shout out Just, shout out V, because, you know, shout out B-Flex. You know, these were some of the homies that was on tour with us and made sure that we was able to make that happen. So, you know, we was in communication with Corday's team. They thought that Kai and I would be a great fit for Corday's tour. Trying to figure out the business and the logistics of the situation. And you know, we couldn't get on the right terms at first. Excuse me. It's that wine, boy. But yo, so we started you know, we missed like the East Coast part of the tour. People from his team hit us, yo, can y'all start the tour? We want y'all on, da-da-da-da-da. Business is squared away just how we like it. We're like, nigga, hell yeah.
Yep.
Niggas hit us like, yo, can y'all start in 2 days? Hold on. You had to put the show together. And then, you know, we went out to Minnesota. And shout out Coach Contra. Coach Contra was on that tour with us, and High Level Tay. And yeah, bro, we went out there, and from the first show, it was fucking crazy. It was crazy, bro. That tour was a beast. I think there was only 2 days that we did that like wasn't sold out. And they were like close to capacity everywhere.
Because those are people that love hip hop.
Bro, nigga, I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, bro. We're eating at the little outlet before the venue. I mean, before the show. And everything, our hotel, venue, eating spot is all walking distance. I'm walking back from eating to get ready for sound check. Bro, this nigga's line is down the block and around the corner. Bro, the doors probably don't open till 8. It's like 4.
Damn.
They're around the corner. And I'm like, wow, like, I didn't realize, like, but these smaller markets have an appreciation. You know, like when you in New York, bro, niggas is doing shows at Barclays, MSG, Pianos, SOBs, you name it. There's always something going on. And these smaller markets, bro, these people, this is what they looking forward to, you know? And yeah, bro, shout out to Corday and his people just for opening their fan base, you know what I'm saying, and allowing us to have that exposure. That tour was crazy. And right after that, me and Kai came home and dropped.
Hell yeah.
1153. So.
And so, speaking about the 1153 project and overall your collaboration with Kai, when I was listening to your project and I heard Kai on there, I think it was the For the Company project.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. I had to double take because I was like, damn, is this Jid on this shit?
Oh, yeah?
You know what I'm saying? His flow is like special and unique and different. And so talk about that collaboration, how you guys come together. And obviously you guys are partners in business as well. So what is that like being two creatives, both having your own personas as artists, but then coming together, running a business and operating together?
Man, like Kai, that's my brother, bro. I'm so inspired by Kai, you know what I'm saying? Like, he one of my favorite rappers, you know what I'm saying, outside of myself. And we grew up together, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with Kai being family, like it's a different level of understanding, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to approaching all of it, the music, the business, you know what I'm saying, the traveling, like we got this shit out the mud together for real. You know what I'm saying? Me and Kai went through all of this shit together for real. And you know, to even having a moment now where we're on tour together, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, having somebody like that, bro, it's like only thing I can think of is like Outkast, like, you know, Big Boy and 3 Stacks. Like,
damn.
Yeah, like our relationship is different, bro. And, you know, the fact that he has his own unique style that he is true to, and I have my own unique style that I'm true to. And when we get together, we just cover so much ground. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that shit is just like, it's perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, bro.
So collaboration is obviously important to you.
Hell yeah. I mean, yeah, collaboration is important. I do like my time to myself, though. I do like to cook up. I do like to be by myself. I am somebody that appreciates solitude.
Pisces.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah. For sure.
All day. But it's like, when I am around, I got to be around like-minded people. I got to be around my boy V. I got to be around Kai. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the people that are on the same mission I'm on. You get what I'm saying? Like, me and Kai on the same mission. And I know that if a nigga is on the same mission as me, I can count on him to get the mission done. And that's a different level of trust and respect. You know what I'm saying? And Kai been rapping since I did my first song ever with Kai. The first time I ever recorded a song was a So Greedy freestyle. It was a DMX freestyle. And I rapped with Kai. You feel me? Because Kai's been rapping since we was like 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, even with that being the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really my brother. So fast forward and travel the world with bro, and to see him doing what he's doing with Generation Now and what I got going on, bro. Like, man, that God is the greatest.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I was and we're gonna get into the Hughes project and we're gonna get into all that. So y'all stay tuned.
Yeah.
You mentioned being on the same journey with somebody, being on the same mission, and how critical that is, right? For not only creativity, output, but also having somebody to lean on.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day and we were talking about the idea of, the mountain of success.
Yeah.
Right. And it starts off plateau.
Yeah.
You don't know where you're going. The incline slowly starts to go up. You look around, it's a lot of people with you. Yeah. And then when it starts to get that exponential shot straight up, you start to look around and people starting to fall back. Yeah. And at first, you look back down and you're like, damn, it wasn't that hard to get up here. Let me see if I could go help them. Yeah. Like on some Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee type shit. Yeah. And then you realize, damn, I can't be carrying everybody with me.
Yeah.
So speak about that. Like, what is it like, coming from a place like Westchester, moving around Mount Vernon, having those people around you, and then coming up and doing your thing and having to, move on your own at times.
Yeah.
Does that hurt? How does that feel?
I mean, I feel like most artists could relate to what I'm saying. Like, home, as much as like home is where the love is, home is also where the hate is. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like, for me, I've always been someone that's just been to myself, so I don't really, I do my best to like, just stay tunnel vision. Like, it does hurt sometimes, like, you want your people, you want everybody to go with you. You know what I'm saying? Especially someone like me. Like, I got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? And not only do I have a big heart, but I know that, with a lot of my niggas, bro, from where I'm from, I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? And I have had opportunities. I've had resources that a lot of niggas that's where I'm from, bro, don't have. And I know that. And I feel that because of that, I'm obligated to bring resources back, to bring information back. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it hurts when that shit falls on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody's going to see it the way that you see it. You know what I'm saying? And then, certain people may have their feelings of animosity, wishing that they were in your position and things of that nature. And so, like, when it comes to, how do I feel about, continuously, elevated, and the people that aren't there, I trust that if they're not there, it's for a reason. And, sometimes people come back around. Sometimes, you fall off because you had some personal shit going on. So you got to get your mind right. You got to get in your bag so that even when we now come back together, you know what I'm saying? Stronger, wiser, smarter, you know what I'm saying? So I do my best to just charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? And I trust that if the people that's meant to be there is going to be there. You know what I'm saying? I do nothing but keep it real. So I expect to be surrounded by that every step of the way.
And speaking of like that journey, different versions of yourself, having to move certain ways, having to do different things. There's something metaphorical about that as we get into Hughes. Because when you think of Hughes, you think of different colors, different shades, different vibes. Let's get into that project.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
Is that where that stems from? Different versions, different parts of you.
100%. Like, so, like, conceptually, Hughes was like a project that I started building a concept a while ago, and I was building it with V. Remember, I was referencing V with Before the Throne.
Yeah.
And like, I was caught on this idea that, like, yo, life is not black and white. You know what I'm saying? Then you take that a little bit further, nigga. Life is not black and white, and it's not just gray either. You know what I'm saying? There's these specific things that are unique, you know, to each person's journey. You know what I'm saying? And when you realize that, you have two things to do. You could either embrace the true colors of yourself and, you know, of the things around you, or you could just, you know, kind of turn a blind eye to it. And like with Hughes, I wanted to dive into the true colors. I wanted to dive into, you know, my life and how I really see it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there was a lot of unpacking I did on this project. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of conversations that I had on this project that I felt like I needed to address, you know? So Hughes is definitely intentional in terms of like how we wanted to present it. And even with the cover art being an art piece, you know what I'm saying? And getting back to that feeling of, you know, this being art. You know what I'm saying? This is not just a commodity that can just be repackaged and sold. You know what I'm saying? This is a moment in time. You get what I'm saying? And Hughes, I wanted to capture those moments in time as authentically as I could.
Damn. Yeah. And I got to ask you, because obviously on this interview, we can tell the intellectual capacity, right? And really thinking through these things that you're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, me personally, you know, studying artists for a living, but also just being a fan of music in general, right? Like a lot of the shit that's popping right now is shit that just, you know, is a wave. It's a vibe. It's party music. It's good energy. It is what it is. But you kind of listen to a project a lot of the times these days, and it's not necessarily cohesive. There's no theme. There's no beginning. There's no end. It just is what it is. And you try to pack as many hits in as you can. So when you're putting together a project like that, and you have this ideology behind it of showing all these different versions of yourself, what is it like in the current climate of hip hop being that kind of artist where you're still trying to create that body of work, and then you look around at contemporaries and you're like, damn, okay, like they doing this and it's popping. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There was a time where that shit used to piss me off. Bro.
Yeah.
I used to be like, yo, nigga, suck. What are you doing?
Yeah,
you feel me?
For sure.
But then I had
niggas don't be saying shit sometimes.
But then I had to realize too, like, well, one, like there's art for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then the flip side to that too is, you know, when you look at the history of music and the moment music business became a thing, that was always the MO. You know what I'm saying? To just not say nothing. Like, nigga, this is not the first generation. Nigga, bro, back in the day, the hip hop, the hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, from the jump, like, I think that music that just, you know, that made people feel good and like didn't have people thinking too much was kind of always something that they was looking to push. And I think that there's space for it. I just feel that we just need more of a spotlight on the artists that are coming with a message. Because like you're saying, yeah, that other shit is being highlighted, but bro, a lot of these niggas really rapping or really singing with a message and content, they're getting to that bag, bro. Larry June is getting to that bag.
Yeah, I love Larry
Benny,
June,
you know, Benny the
Good
Butcher.
Good job, Larry.
You feel me? Benny the Butcher is getting to that, you know, bag. And,
Facts.
you know, JID and, you know, the Sminos,
Cole.
you know what I'm saying? Cole, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, I'm glad you said Smino, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Niggas don't be talking about Smino,
Bro,
man.
Smino's a beast. Problem, bro. And so, you know, like you see there's a lot of these people that they may not be getting the coverage from, you know, mainstream media or like, you know, the business world and the corporate world. But these people, their music is always going to live. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way of the game, bro. You look at any generation of music, the greatest and the most impactful music will always stands the test of time. So.
Damn. And it's, you know, these segues, they just keep falling in my lap. So you speak about
Pause.
Yeah, that was crazy. Pause. So speaking on, you know, the lyricism and the artists that may not necessarily have that, you know, that pop effect right now.
Yeah.
I was watching your behind the scenes, your episodes that you were doing documenting the creation of the product.
Yeah.
The Project Hughes. And I seen you have some shit with guns.
Yeah.
And now, you know, Corey Guns, you think 6 foot, 7 foot, you think probably one of the greatest verses of all time.
Yeah.
And when I was watching that episode, I remember I was sitting at the PAF station in Jersey and I was just watching it because we was about to do the interview. I'm like, oh shit, I got to watch all this shit. Bro, talk about being in the studio with Guns, bro.
Yo, all right. So if we're going to do that, we got to say first, shout out my boy T-Mark because T-Mark set it up. So the first I mean, can I get like, I'm gonna give you the rundown.
Go,
All
bro.
right, boom.
Go.
So this is how this whole shit happens. T-Mark is setting up sessions with all the rappers he knows in New York that he fucks with, that he feels like are lyricists, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm like, yo, I can host one of the sessions at my studio at Mix House. Shout out my boys Lilo and Fleece. Mix House Studios in New Row. Fire. You know what I'm saying? So we have a session over there. It's me, Smoke Dizza, J1, Corey Guns, I think the Goodfellas, a couple more people. Mm-hmm. We all in there. We cut a couple records that night. Boom. You know, I'm rapping, me, Corey, Smoke, J1, everybody. You know, Corey saluted me. We do another session. Boom. Corey was, you know, same thing. We was in there cooking up for T-March Project. Corey showed me love. Then I hit him. I'm like, yo, I got this record. You know, like I would be honored if you lay a verse. Nigga said, it's no question. Just tell me when you need me to pull up. I said, bet. We set the day. Corey pulled up, bro, like super, super humble. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing but respect for Corey. He came in, he had two of his mans with him. You know what I'm saying? He pulled up, did like the last half of his verse on the spot. Was writing on the way to the studio. Pulled up, he's like, yo, I got a couple more bars. I did a 24. So he was like, yo, you doing 16 or 24? I said, I got 24. He said, bet I got you. He did the second half of his verse, and then he just went up to the plate, bro, and went crazy.
Yeah. I remember watching you vibe to that shit.
Bro,
y'all got to go check that shit out, the documentary of the shit.
Yeah, bro. That shit's called Die Legend on Hughes. Is going to be out. Probably by the time this is out, they'll be there. But, you know, March 22nd, this Friday, Hughes drops. And yeah, bro, Corey just gave me a mean, bro. He gave me a mean verse, bro. He gave me a mean verse. And I'm not even going to lie. After Corey gave me that verse, bro, I wrote.
Yeah, you had to get
4
back
or 5 verses. I said, yo, we got to get back in the lab, you know? He's just one of those people, bro. He's a special talent, and he's unique. And, you know, nobody is going to rap or approach a track the way Corey's going to approach a track. And I think that, you know, that's why, you know, he is who he is for real, you know? So shout out Corey, man, because, you know, a friend of a friend linked us together, and, you know, he just respected what I was doing, and, you know, that goes a long way for me, for real.
Hell yeah, 6 degrees of separation will take you a long way.
Isn't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? You never know who you might be in a room with, you know?
Hell yeah. And some people, you know, they might be watching this interview in 2025, 2030, by the grace of God. But some people are listening to this interview right now, and they're like, wait, hold on. I thought you dropped Hughes back in 2023. We're going to get into that. Yeah. So the ideology of a lot of artists are just dropping on DSPs. If you're a fan of music, I mean, artists that are watching this already know, but usually when artists are dropping projects, they getting, you know, I think there was something, Spotify about to start paying artists a cent now for streams. Yeah. But before that, I mean, artists are getting percentages of pennies. So talk about that entrepreneurial mindset going into saying, all right, this is a body of work that I put together. I got assets for it. I got everything. What inspired you to want to go on a platform like Even and be able to really sell what you sold? You did like the equivalent of 1 million streams, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, you know, like growing up, I was always had like a hustler spirit. Like, remember being in high school, like I used to sell sneakers. You know what I'm saying? I'll pull up to Fordham, you know, get sneakers off and figure out how to flip that music back into what I was doing. I mean, not that music, but that money.
Kicks,
back into what I was doing. So, you know, when I was looking at, you know, the art, I realized like, yo, people are trying to dictate the value of your art. They're trying to tell you that it's worth this point, whatever of a cent, you know. And I remember having a conversation with my brother Mego, shout out Mego, and, you know, him and V, they would, you know, I was just consulting with them like, yo, you know, maybe we should, you know, do this play. Mego was like, yo, I think you should for sure, you know, lock in with Even. And, you know, I wanted to be aligned with the platform that allowed me to be direct to consumer, but then also allowed me to put a price point on my art. Because you got to think, if you want to make $500, you need however many hundreds of thousands of streams. You know, if you want to make $500, if you know 50 people that are willing to pay $10, you just made that money. And I think that now, you know, the way the game is set up is they try to cover up the entrepreneurial wisdom and gems. They just want people to focus on the clout, because streaming services are great for marketing in the sense of it puts your music out there for the world. But the whole time you're not thinking about the entrepreneurial side. Like, yo, how do I make a bag while I'm doing this? You know what I'm saying? And I got to a point where I realized that, I can leverage what I already have, you know what I'm saying, to create a source of income for myself, but then also create a experience that's direct to my real fans and real supporters, you know what I'm saying, that allows us to kind of have this own family that we've built, you know what I'm saying, where the music is exclusive and, I'm servicing them, and so when I link with Even, I spoke to them, that summer, and we just hit the ground running. Like, yo, I knew what I wanted to do. I was very intentional about it. And once we dropped the project, even with our pre-orders, we had so many pre-orders on this platform, and we ended up doing in less than a month what it would take for, 1 million streams. And, I think that that's just a testament to artists because, look at me, like I'm not the biggest artist in the world. All that I'm doing is I'm acknowledging the market that I have. I'm looking at the resources that I have, and I'm figuring out ways to generate money for myself. And no matter where you are in your journey, you could generate that money for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's $20, but that's $20 you didn't have before. And sometimes you got to start small to get bigger. So like I think with all of the artists that are coming up now, we got to start thinking of these ways, because if we let corporate make all of these decisions, bro, niggas is going to be dead broke.
Damn. And I gotta say it, bro. I know we want to keep the sequence and the theme of the interview going and moving forward, because the re-release coming to DSPs. You got the Homecoming show coming up.
Facts.
But I gotta touch on pause. Damn. I gotta. Hey man, we
I was gonna let that one go.
Look, hey, I'm from North Carolina, bro. When I'm interviewing New York, New Jersey niggas, bro, niggas be pausing me all the time. So now I gotta catch myself now. But Nipsey did that.
Absolutely.
And
huge influence.
Nipsey's a huge influence. So obviously you learned and got a little bit outside of talking to your team. That was something that you saw coming up as well. But talk about the influence of Nip.
Yeah. So Nip, I remember my older brother, he went to college in UCLA. He 4 years older than me. So I remember being in like 8th grade and going with him out to LA on his visit. And when I went out there, I got put on to Nip, YG, Dom Kennedy, Schoolboy Q, Kendrick. I got put on to all of that.
You fought with Staples?
Hell yeah, fuck with Staples. Yeah, bro, I was on that whole LA scene, like blog era. LA scene was crazy.
Yeah.
And then Nip was somebody that he always spoke to me. Like, aside from the gang banging, this was a man who was a genius. You know what I'm saying? And he thought about community. He thought about building wealth, and he thought about creating impact. And those 3 things are things that I think about all the time. So I would listen to Nip, and I would hear what he was talking about, and he would just get my brain going. Like, he would just motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember even hearing him talk about the fucking books he reads, and I would buy those books and I would read them. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really, like, I don't know what it was, bro, but he was one of them artists that he spoke to me, like, and it was just like, everything he said was so intentional.
Yep.
And when I seen that he did the Proud to Pay, and people feeling like he was bugging for putting $100 on his price point, I was like, that's a shame, because y'all doing that. He a black man. If somebody else from a different culture or a different group of people was to put a price point on their art, nobody would look at them crazy, let alone it being $100. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that he was a visionary, and I thought that he was a genius. And I thought about that from back then, so with Nip having the type of influence that he had on me, when I wanted to approach I even went back and I studied how he did his Proud to Pay movement. You know what I'm saying? And seeing how he was so intentional with his brand, and rest in peace to Nip. But he's legend, you know what I'm saying? And he's really one of my favorite rappers. So, I'm just glad that, someone like that paved way that more artists like myself can, even maneuver in a space where we are accumulating value as we're climbing up. And we're not waiting to get to that mountaintop and waiting for the deal to dictate what our worth is. You feel me?
Damn. And I know a lot of y'all, we know Nipsey Hussle from the interviews, from the short form content, RIP Nip. And I heard, I'm not even gonna act like my real first time really diving into listening to Nipsey Hussle as an artist was Victory Lap. Blue Laces, you know what I'm saying? 100%. Rap niggas, all that shit. Like, and then once I heard that project and he passed away, bro, like, I had to go back and study. And I feel like the interviews is really what resonated the most. And it's crazy because a lot of times these artists that are popping and big, and some of the biggest artists that you know, you would rather listen to their music than listen to them talk in an interview.
Yeah.
But with Nip, it was just kind of like, it was seamless.
Yeah.
The same shit he was saying in the interviews was the same shit he was saying in the music.
Yeah, bro. Like, even with like Victory Lap, I think that's a great album. But like, yo, if niggas go back to Bullets Ain't Got No Names, niggas go back to Crenshaw, like you listen to records like The Hustle Way, Face the World, you know what I'm saying? Crenshaw and Slauson, True Story, like this nigga, you know, Count Up That Loot, Keys to the City, like Nip from jump, bro. He knew the path that he was on. He knew the hustle, you know, and it's like the way, like he was just one of them people, he knew how to articulate. He knew how to get that point across, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, he really, like, rest in peace to him, man. Like that shit is sad, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is sad that happened to him. But, you know, someone like that, that's the type of impact that, you know, we would want to have. Of course, we would want our ending to be different. But, you know, so many people picked up where he left off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, is that not one of the highest honors to inspire? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
It's crazy because I want to segue into Die Legend, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could. What's up?
So we gonna so Andre showed me the Die Legend video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
the cameo from the GOAT.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so when I'm watching these videos, and I'm watching even the For the Company video that you got coming,
Yeah.
it's like, what goes into your creative process from a standpoint of visualization as well? Because I'm watching these videos that you're putting out, and it gives me like old school, like ASAP, like piecing shit together. You got the joint burning, and then you got the, you know what I'm saying? Like how heavy are you into that process of producing those music videos and having the creative direction, or do you kind of just let them run it and then you put the final like approval on it?
Nah, I'm hands on with everything, bro. I'm in every meeting that got anything to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And when we come to the visuals, you know, down to, you know, creating the mood boards, you know, down to talking about how we want the feelings, like what are the colors, what are the textures of the video. I'm involved in all of that. You know what I'm saying? And shout out my boy Mikey. Shout out Pat. Shout out Gretzky. These are all, you know, videographers I've been working with lately. And, you know, I'm hands on. Shout out Dre Hartwell. Also, he's a beast. But yeah, bro, like I'm hands on. There might be times here and there where I'll just let them run it, but bro, I gotta be involved in the process, man. It's all art, it's all creativity. So even though I may not be like the visual guy, like I know what I like, you know, and so I do my best to be hands on with the directors, so they can also get an understanding of what I want visually. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good to start building that rapport. I think after you build the rapport, you could take a step back. But before that, you got to know how I am to even know what the fuck I would like. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Damn. And Vic standing up. So that means we gotta but I gotta ask you, bro. So I was at a Brooklyn Nets game, like the NBA games, they be playing the music during the regular season, and it'd be like, damn. But I went to a random game. I think they were playing like the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm from North Carolina, so that was cool. LaMelo Ball was hurt, whatever. Halftime show, Rakim performs. And I'm like, what? I just got a free Rakim show?
Yeah, legendary.
If y'all don't know, he met Rakim at Hip Hop 50.
Yeah, Hip Hop 50.
That was the same time you shared the stage with Rap.
Yeah, word. It opened up for Rakim. Yeah,
so
bro.
Talk about that, because you put out a little, you know, behind the scenes and showed the you know, practicing, doing sound check with Rap, then meeting Rakim and doing all this. Like, talk about meeting that legend. What did that mean to you growing up, you know, listening to that type of music, being influenced by that?
Nigga, all my OG's favorite rapper is Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of them.
That's the God MC.
Yeah, that's the God MC. You know what I'm saying? And so to meet Rakim, like, man, I don't take none of that shit for granted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I salute all the people that contributed to the culture. You know, and Rakim is one of the greatest rappers to ever do it, bro. It's like how I look at basketball. There's certain niggas you can take from any era and just put them there, and they're gonna shine, you know. And I think that Rakim is that level of talent. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to meet him, bro, like, bro, I was honored. I remember I kept talking to my niggas about it, like, yo, bro, this is major. During Hip Hop 50, celebrating, you know, the culture that without that culture, I wouldn't even have been afforded the life that I have. You know what I'm saying? The entire life that I have, from when I was born and all the shit that I experienced in my life, that was afforded to me because of hip hop. You know, because of people like him sharing the message of what was going on in the community. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I look at it that deep, you know? So to me, the OG like that, you know what I'm saying? A legend like that there's nothing that you could put on that.
Beautiful thing, bro. And so you got the homecoming show coming up.
Yeah.
And so speaking on the homecoming show that you got coming up, speak about the importance of that, coming back home, doing your thing, bringing your community together and putting on a show for them. What can they, or by the time this comes out, you would have already performed. But, you know, what is that vibe? What is that experience that you're looking to give your people?
You know, I want to, you know, come home and I want them to see the growth. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be inspired. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to know that I never forget, you know what I'm saying, where this started for me. And, you know, to come back to Yonkers on my first show that I'm headlining in Westchester. All the other shows was showcases. I've headlined showcases. This is a Niko Brim show presented to you by the 914 Collective and
we're going to be there.
Podcast. Absolutely. I look forward to y'all, you know, pulling up. So, you know, with that being said, bro, I'm just looking to bring hope, you know, back. You know what I'm saying? I want people to know that we could do it and we could take it to this next level. So if y'all going to be there, make sure, you know, you're there on time. We're going to be going through all the music. We're going to start from 1,000 Pictures Book 1.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of coming home, man. You know, we got to bring it back to that square one. So if you're a fan of the music, or even if you're not a fan of the music yet and you want to figure out that journey, this is going to be the show for that.
That's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, appreciate
and so for everybody that didn't get a chance to hear Hughes when you released it with Even, talk to them a little bit about what they can expect from that project. You know, maybe walk through some of the people that you work with, the collaborations, and how you want them to walk away from that project feeling.
Yeah, you know, with Hughes, I just want people to listen with open ears. You know what I'm saying? To be present while you're listening to the project. You know, I got some great features on there. I got Corey Guns on there. I got Kai and K Wells on there. I got Lara on there. I got my boys Vibe as executive producer, B Bearded executive producer, Lilo and Fleece Mix House on the mixing. You know what I'm saying? I got my boys Soundtrack. I got my boy 88J. You know what I'm saying? So we really got a lineup. Dizzy Banco. You know what I'm saying? Drummer Motif. You know, man, we got it.
I love how you be shouting everybody out.
Yeah, bro, because you can't do it without those people, bro.
Yeah.
Heather Victoria, Moo. You know what I'm saying, man? We Don Valle, you know, so Mego, we got a whole tribe on this, bro. And I think that Hughes is a great project. It's a strong project, you know, and just listen with open arms, bro. I want it to mean whatever it means to you. You feel me?
I got 2 more questions for you, Niko.
Go ahead.
The first question.
Yeah.
So Rhapsody announced her project. She let them know Niko Brim was going to be on the project.
Facts.
It's some heavy hitters on that project.
Yeah.
Including you.
Yeah.
But you were one of the only younger artists to be able to get your own spot on the project. You got your own interlude. You got your own stuff going on.
Yeah.
Talk about, 1, what that means to you, being recognized like that. And 2, how did that even happen?
Yo, all right. So what it means to me is the fucking world. It means everything to me. Rap to me is one of the greatest rappers alive. So it's like to even the fact that she even felt that I could help tell that story, that is that project, is like, it's the biggest honor and the biggest blessing. The way that shit happened, I was in Riley, in Riley with Rap. I was at her crib and she was like, yo, I'm thinking about having you on this record. And I'm like, I play the record. Bro, she's fucking playing the record, nigga. It's her and Wayne. So I'm listening to the record. I'm like, wait.
Please say the baby.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, you want me on this record? She's like, yes, bro. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. She's like, I gotta go to Texas to work on my album. I don't know if I could get you out there, but we'll figure it out. The next morning, while she's about to leave for her flight, she busts into the room. Wake up, nigga, we going to Texas. Bet. Go out there. I link with Black Odyssey and her, working on her album, and we're working on music with Black Odyssey. And then I lay my verse right there in the studio with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember she was working on something. I stepped into the common room, and I'm just playing the beat back, it was another one of those situations, bro. I wasn't nervous. It didn't take long. I did that shit, less than an hour. You know
That's
what
how
I'm
you
saying?
know you're in your purpose.
Yeah, bro. For it was just a line. I was like, yo, this is exactly what the fuck I want to say. And then I laid it down right then and there, and Rap knew the moment I did it. She's like, that's the one. And then they rearranged certain things and things of that nature. But what it ended up being is Niko's interlude. And to have a interlude named after me on this album is crazy.
That's memorialized.
What,
That's
bro?
wild.
Like, yo, I go down in history.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, my name is always there. And then it's like, even when people get to hear it and they get to hear what I'm talking about, I feel like, that's one of those, interludes, like, it's going to stand the test of time, bro. And I think it's, to have somebody of her caliber, even have me, like I said, help tell the story of what is Please Don't Cry. That shit means the world to me.
And that's a full circle moment.
What? Super full circle moment, bro. I talk about this shit all the time. I used to be in a car and me and my niggas would pretend like going this way, meeting Rap and meeting Ninth. Like, we used to like, yo, what would you say? What would you do?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yo, if I met Rap, I would this, that, and the third. And then fast forward to have the relationship that I have with Rap, bro, is like, that's God, bro. You can't tell me God ain't real, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all shit that I thought about 3 a.m. in the morning on 6 block. You feel me? And
If you're not inspired by this story, man, something wrong with you.
So yeah, shout out Rap. You know what I'm saying? Please Don't Cry dropping. Hughes is dropping. And yeah, bro, I'm thankful, bro. I'm thankful to be here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all niggas showing me love. And I'm excited for what the future holds, bro.
And you see how he just tried to slide out of there. He doing his goodbyes. He's doing his whatever. We ask everybody, Niko, bro. Hold on.
Hey, yo, I said, all right.
He tried to end the interview right there. All right, Niko Brim.
Yeah, come on,
We
I'm
ask
here.
everybody, man.
I'm here.
What makes you cut different, bro?
What makes me cut different? Me. I'm a different type of nigga. I think different. I hustle different. I work different. I'm on a whole nother vibe than everybody else. My frequency and vibration is in a different place. I don't operate the same. Those are the things that make me different. Feel me? Niggas is bringing knives to a gunfight.
He about to start talking about the Anunnaki. We gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. Niko Brim is cut different, man. We really appreciate you coming on and joining us today, man, and telling your story. And
Appreciate y'all for having me.
If you haven't heard Niko yet, I mean, a lot of y'all that are watching this are probably like, who the hell is this nigga interviewing Niko? But shit, if you haven't heard him yet, go stream his shit. Hughes is probably out right now. And shit, man, I'm extremely grateful to have you on.
Absolutely,
Relocating to Jersey and being in the tri-state and really, tapping in through Vic and tapping in through the music industry and the community, being able to interview somebody like you that really holds hip hop at the core is such a beautiful thing for me, a part of my career and my journey. So I want to express my flowers to you for that, bro.
My God.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming on. And if you want to find him, Niko Brim everywhere.
Everything. Niko Brim, everything. It's my name. I'm not blood affiliated. Stop asking me about that shit. I'm not hat. I'm not none of that. This is my name.
And before the interview started, this is the last thing I'm going to say because you never said this on an interview before. Where does that name Niko come from?
Cause
Got
look at this. Yo,
Cut different exclusive.
So this is where my name is Japanese. I'm Jamaican, Japanese, African American, and my name Niko is short for smile. Japanese, the term smile is Niko. So, they just cut it short. And then here I am.
Smiling.
Blessing the world.
That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's a beautiful thing.
Yes, bro.
Well, Niko Brim, thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
And y'all just tuned into another episode of Cut Different TV. Yeah. I go by the name of Sebastian.
Yo, wait, hold on.
Okay.
Can I ask him one thing? What makes you cut different, nigga?
What makes me cut different, man? I would say, honestly, like as a human being, natural curiosity, which plays directly into my interview style. And really just, I was telling Andres when he first came in, I don't want this to be a regular interview. Go ahead.
I was going to say, what you mean by that is you know more than these niggas.
Yeah, but as soon as you feel like you know something, you realize you don't know shit. You feel me? So for me, I think always, no matter how much you think you know about somebody, You know what I'm saying? I could tell you one of your songs bar for bar and be like, oh, I know the words. I know this. I know that. And you're going to be like, but nigga, do you know what that really means? And I'm like, I'm on camera froze up. So having that natural curiosity and really giving a fuck, bro. Like, you know, this isn't fake. This isn't a facade. This is like true desire to want to learn about everybody that sits down here. Yeah. And I think that for me to be able to ask somebody what makes them cut different is because I really want to know. It's our brand, but I really want to know, and I really want the people to know. And my goal in this world, like, yeah, I want to make money. I want to be successful. I want to hustle. I want to leave a legacy, right? But I want, if I die and I didn't impact somebody in a positive way, then life wouldn't mean shit to me. Yeah. And I feel like when I wake up every day and I move with the impact mindset, that's what makes me cut different. And I will never cross one of my niggas. I will never do some snake ass shit to get there.
Ass niggas?
Hell nah. That's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be doing all sorts of type of shit to be successful. Nah, fuck that, bro. Yeah. We stand 100, we stand solid, and we making it happen. That's what makes me cut different. And he's the first nigga to ever ask me what makes me cut different.
Because I'm cut different, nigga.
That's the word, bro. Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Y'all tapped into another episode of Cut Different TV. It's your boy, Sebastian Ryder. I'm here with the one and only
Niko Brim.
And y'all be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this shit with everybody in your phone.
Chill.
We out.